Alright, so I said I wasn't going to play Micolash until probably like next week or sometime next week. But I was thinking maybe I should just get it over with. I think I should just get it over with. That's what I should do. Rather than waste time, I think that's what I should do. I should just get it over with. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put on I'm gonna put on I'm gonna put on both arcanes. And I'm gonna put on all defense. Or actually I'm gonna put on, maybe that was the fault from the last time. The mistake was maybe to have too many arcanes on. So increase defense, 2 defense and 1 arcane. And I need stamina, faster stamina recovery, so that's a nonsense. And what I'll do on this one, wait a minute, why did I do that? Okay, so what I'll do in this one, I'll just go to one location. Let's say here. I'll kill an enemy or 2 or 3, get enough blood echoes, repair my weapon, and I'll try the method of poison again and see how far I can get that poison down. But what I'll do is I'll poison him at various different places throughout. I think 3 is enough. Yeah, I think 3 is enough to repair my weapon. And I'll repair the weapon. And I'll use the same method I did before, with exceptions to 2 things. If I end up into the room with Micolash, I'm gonna shoot all the time. If I'm at a distance, close the gap. Every time he backs up, I shoot him so he doesn't do anything at all. That's if the poison. I'm gonna poison him throughout certain periods when he's running. To get him, once I get his health using the piercing weapon approach, the spear, to halfway, he's gonna go into his next phase. And in the second phase, what I'll do is I won't be doing the piercing. I'll be throwing arrows at various different points throughout the location. Now, I tried it before and it seemed to have been working I went back over the video, and and the poison did work, even though he disappeared and then reappeared through a window. But I'm gonna see how well it works. If it works by me doing this, then all the people who made the game did, they transferred, or maybe it was always there. So I need to find out why my weapon's broken. Okay, so that's the problem. I have something on that's why I have. Okay, so this is what's bad, and even though it gets me to 423, it's bad. Anything that has wear and tear on the weapon is very bad. So if I get it into the wheelhouse of 400, might be good. HP gradually depletes, definitely don't want that. Maybe 42, maybe 49, 7. There's 70, well, that's for blunt. It's a thrust attack. Trying to get the entire thing up. And then weapons down for 60 and stuff. Alright, so I'll have to deal with this at where it is. As for the rifle spare, let's see if I could get that up below. Depletes HP by 7. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Blood loss goes up by 10 and goes down by a lot. Alright, so oh, one more thing, fortify. Actually, I'm thinking about fortifying the Summon's Bowblade, but I don't have enough for Bloodstone Shards to get it to where I need to get it to. But I could buy one, I believe. But either way, please P. Weapon down. Alright. Alright, so I'll go with what I have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out, put this in, take this out, put this in, everything that I could throw and use Atom to reduce his health by a lot in the second phase. This does work, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, I believe. Let's see, Shaman Blade. Everything I could think of throwing to reduce their short-term beasthood. And maybe if I increase this to create short-term beasthood, I'll do more damage. So let me see here. Form of ghastly, boost transformation by 15. Now, from what I remember, transformation makes you a little crazier and susceptible to damage, but you deal a lot of damage outwards as well. So I'm thinking maybe I'm just gonna take the pellets without using the mass. Heal near death. I'll try that later. So this is what I'm doing. These are the tactics I'm doing. I'm going to use the rifle spare. And possibly use okay, so I'll see if I'm right. Maybe I'm not right, maybe I'm wrong. If the poison works at various other places other than just inside the arena, then I'll see. I believe it might, but if it doesn't, I will see what'll happen. Oh wait, I ran into the wrong place. Okay, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I did it the wrong way.
Majestic! A hunter is a hunter even in a dream. But alas, not too fast. The nightmare swirls and churns unending.
Alright, so it's at this point I'm gonna see if I could use my different poison. Not exactly sure if beast pellets is going to do anything. But I will, every chance I get, try to see if I could poison him and see if it'll work. No, he completely disappears there. Okay.
As you once did for the vacuous one. Grant us eyes. Grant us eyes.
Alright, I'll try it here as well. See if it works. No, he comes back there. Okay, so he comes back there. It says it's 9.
For the vacuous one. Grant us eyes.
It does 9 damage,
eyes.
but no poison effect is being in effect. So let's try something else. Let's try this. That does 178, but he's not moving now. Okay, so let me try the poison again. What the hell? Okay, let me try it again. It says 10, but he disappears, and the effect of that goes away. So let's try this again. What the hell? Where are you aiming? Alright, so let's try this spot and see what works. If poison works. He's staying there, but let's try to earn. And a fire. And this. Let's try poison again. That's one. But it disappears, that's two. Disappears again. That's three. He's not going anywhere. What the fuck? Now he's glitched? Yeah, what it is that they undo the poison technique. Whoever like refined the game, if you could even call it refined, they decided to take away the cheese strategy by undoing any poison effect. Like what happened to this guy? Like that's like the most bitch thing of all times. I mean, why should you? I keep saying this over and over again. Why should they even care? I said it in the last video, I said it here again. Why do we even care? Oh, wait a minute. His life was going down. It's going down now. What the fuck? Why wasn't it working before? Oh, but it is working. Okay, so the poison strategy does work. You have to get him in like a glitch type phase where he's trying to undo the poison. But it still works. Yeah, I think this is it. I think when his body starts to go like this, that's the poison. Yeah, there it is. The poison is working. Alright, if I knew that from the beginning, I would have come here. Okay, so whoever like tried to refine the game so you don't have to use poison knives, the code that they put in to undo you using the poison, the poison is, or whatever the proc for poison is, like fighting the code itself, if that's even what's going on. So let's try this and then try one more, and then don't have any more. Can't use it. Okay, so try this again. See if I can use Beast Hunter. No, Beast Hunter is still in effect. Okay, I have no more urns, but I have some regular knives. This is not going to do much of anything. I mean, I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Like, who fucking cares? Why do you care how people play the game. So maybe this will work. His life is very slow, and it's getting real low. I think I'll be able to finish him off here. So the method that I was using in the past is still working, but someone tried to fix up the whole code for Micolash so that the effect of poison doesn't work all the time. That's what's going on. And with the Micolash fight, they tried to put him at a certain place within the arena where you can't throw the poison knives at him. But I keep saying to myself, but it's fucking dumb. Like, why do you even care? Alright, let's see what we have here. We can use something else. This might work. Summon wrathful spirits. I'm not sure how much this will take. How much? Takes 3 quicksilver bullets. I think I could finish him off with just one or two shots. Yeah, he's pretty much done for. So the old strategy still exists. I was freaking out over nothing. It's just that they fixed one part of the old strategy, which is the part inside of the room before you drop down to fight Micolash. That's the part they fixed, where you can't throw the knives from high up to hit them. It forced you to go into the room. But the other areas, such as if you could run around and throw it at him and get him at a point where he doesn't teleport away, he comes back to the same location. The effect of your poison knives take effect after 3 or 4 darts, because his body keeps glitching out every time the poison does go into effect, to show you that it's going into effect. So yeah, he's done for. Like I said, Micolash is not one of the hardest bosses if you use the glitch. In fact, he's one of the easier bosses if you use the glitch. But if you don't use the glitch, but if you don't use the glitch at all, what you do is if you fall into the room, all you do is the same thing that I've been doing at that same moment when I'm throwing stuff at them, which is the poison knives, the arrows, the urns, the molotovs. You keep throwing stuff at them, unlike here where I'm waiting to throw stuff at them. The moment you get into that room, you keep shooting at them and throw stuff at them, and you don't give them an opportunity to use said powers. That's how you fight them if you want to do it the hard way. Like, each of these bosses in this game has a specific way that you could beat them without stressing yourself out. That's why I was getting pissed off that, why am I stressing myself out? Or this guy, he's not that hard to beat using the glitch system, which has been in the game for like more than 10 years. And I completely forgot, and this is a fault of mine, that it's not just a glitch for, or maybe it's an in-game mechanics, but it's not just a glitch for that room itself that you fall down into. It's also a glitch for the entire area. Like, if you find like there are at least 2 or 3 spots, this spot here, and then another spot somewhere else that I threw at him, and as long as he doesn't disappear and run into a mirror, he comes back to the same location. You catch him in a spot where he doesn't move at all, he gets glitched out, and then he starts bugging out and flashing back and forth, back and forth. That's the effect of the toxic. And like this area, if let's say you don't have any poison arrows, but you have tons of uh, quicksilver bullets, and you have beast mode and ash blood, bone ash, you shoot them using up all your quicksilver bullets and using up all your urns and all your molotovs and everything you have that you could throw to hurt him. Um, and then you might get him down to like 25% his health, and if you run out of everything, you then fall into the room, and then you then wail on him for like 10 to about 20 swings, and then he's dead. As long as you could get his health down below 25% before you fall into the room, you're solid. So that was my problem before. His health wasn't past the 25% marker because I thought they completely got rid of the entire glitch system. But what they did is they tried to fix it by undoing certain things, but they couldn't remove it completely. Otherwise, they would have to remove the entire character from the game, Micolash, and his fighting arena, and then recode it, which they weren't going to do. So it seems like they cleaned it up, and I'm pretty sure it's definitely is a cleanup, because if I could clearly remember throwing poison arrows at him from above into that room below and hitting him and him dying from poison in there, that means that was fixed, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And another location which you could also throw poison arrows at him, that was also fixed. But um, locations like this and maybe one other, those still remain the same. And as you can see, it looked like they were trying to fix it here as well by having him glitching back and forth, like disappearing back and forth, disappearing back and forth, to like try to undo the toxic effect. But it doesn't work. The glitch here still works, and it's like it's fighting the code or something. I'm not exactly sure, or maybe it's not, but it still works. It's just not in the area of the room anymore. It's not present in the area of the room anymore, but it still works. So that was Micolash fight, and that was a boring ass fight because Micolash is boring. Um, he's the most boring boss to fight in the game. Actually, he's the second most boring boss to fight in the game. You're running around, you chase him around, he runs from you. He doesn't let you get near to him, and then, you know, when you do have the opportunity to knock his health down to half, he locks himself in a room, and if you fall down with half health, you have to always shoot him and throw stuff at him so that he doesn't do anything with his powers. Basically, you have to stun him like every 2 seconds, which means you are constantly shooting him to close the gap. Because what he'll do is after you run out of your stamina, he's able to back up and then use his powers. During the process of your stamina increasing, you're supposed to be shooting him and making sure you shoot him once every 2 seconds so he doesn't do any of his powers. And with luck, you get to defeat him. But that's the hard way of fighting Micolash. The the easier way of fighting Micolash is to use the glitch method, or to use the shuffle method, which is probably not a glitch at all. It's part of the coding, because the code says that he has to stay here, and he will only move if you run down the stairs. So it's not really a glitch. It's part of the mechanics of the game. It's just that the game doesn't understand what you, the player, is doing. So it's not really a glitch. It's doing what it's commanded to do. To stay here and only move when you come down the stairs and run this way. So it would refuse to do so and do anything to undo its coding because it wasn't programmed to do so. So by you shooting him, throwing molotovs at him here, he can't do anything until you chase him, because they never put in the code for him to run away, so you don't throw molotovs at him. But it doesn't really matter if you think about it, because even if he did run away, all you would do is run down the stairs, follow him, wait for him to stay in some location, no matter what the location is, throw Molotovs at him again, and knock his health down. Because even if they say, okay, players are throwing arrows at him, or players are throwing stuff at him while he's staying there, let's make him move. It won't make a difference, because no matter where he moves to, he will eventually stop and wait for you to chase him. And that's how you kill him, by throwing stuff at him. But you have to have a lot of stuff on you. I had to burn through. The only way to truly kill him without, I would say, if you're not using the cheese method, is to do exactly what I did. Without using, like say, without using the poison arrows. Like say if I didn't have any poison arrows, you would have to use the method that I did, but use more of it. You would have to have like um, the same amount of beast pellets, but you would have to have more. You're given a total of 20 quicksilvers, and you would have to use up most of your own blood vials to substitute for quicksilver bullets. When you run out of quicksilver bullets, like say if you use up all 20, you have no more quicksilver bullets shooting him, you then start to use your blood, and you will have to use up maybe a full 15 of your blood vials, which will give you an additional 15 more bullets, and whatever blood vials you have 5 remaining. But that's still 35 bullet shots from you. And then if you buy enough throwing darts, and if you buy enough, I didn't even use this. If you buy enough throwing darts and um, enough bone ash to shoot them, so you have Molotov, you have bone ash, you have uh, oil that combines with the Molotov. You get 20 oils, and then about maybe 10 oils, no, 10 oils and about 20 Molotovs. So you throw that 20 Molotovs at them, and you throw 20 throwing knives at them, and you shoot them 20 times with silver bullets um, of bone ash, if you're allowed to carry 20 bone ash, and you deplete your bone ash. And then after you deplete your bone ash, you use your quicksilver bullets um, to shoot as well. Well, then the quicksilver bullets is with the bone ash bow. So if you all full 20 bone ash, you used up your quicksilver bullets. So then you use your blood to do like at least 15 more shots, and then you do the rope Molotov. Like if you could throw it behind you, you turn around and face backwards, and then throw it behind you. But that might not work at all. And then you would use any other projectile types, like black eye, but you would need quicksilver bullets in order to do so. So that might not work once you run out of quicksilver bullets. So the only thing that will be left, um, the only thing that would be left will be um, the poison arrows or the poison darts. And let's say the poison darts didn't do a countdown and poison the enemy. It doesn't do it at all. Let's say the poison darts was just a one-shot thing with a large number, like say 125 or something, rather than 25 or 35. Let's say it was something like that. Eventually, you will get his health down to about 25% or more, depending. Because when you're chasing Micolash around, and you're running and chasing Micolash around, you're running and going like this. You're chasing him and you're trying to hit him. If you manage to get off at least 2 hits on him, that's 2 more hits towards his health. If you're lucky, you get 3. That's 3 more hits towards his health as well. This is very good. And all this contributes to you not being able to jump into that room and fight him in those last moments. So I was able to bring 20 poison arrows, 20 quicksilver bullets, 10 beast pellets, Um, uh, I believe I had 20. No, yeah, I believe I had 20 Molotovs and 10 oils and three, 3 or 4 knives, throwing knives, and beast hood pellets, about 10 of those. But I only use up a few. I still have 6 left, and that's it. I could have put on an arcane, which allows my damage with regards to my gun to hit harder. But I don't remember if I acquired that arcane to do so. And I believe, I'm not sure if my gun is maxed out. Um, my pistol's maxed out, but if it was maxed out, he would have been dead a long time ago. So that's basically how you beat Micolash. Even if the glitch does not work, if you find a spot where he stays by himself and you throw Molotovs at him, arrows at him, shooting at him, his health gradually but surely goes down. And if you include I'm assuming the beast hood pellets and the effect of the beast hood pellets, every attack you do on a monster um, does more damage to them as well, or they die faster. So my mistake was to assume that they got rid of the entire glitch from back in the days, because I only used the poison arrows in the room, in the roof or above the room itself. I didn't use the poison arrows here. I didn't use the poison arrows when I was on the stage or when I was by a door and I was throwing it at him from here into while he was standing over here and the door here. Then he came back out the mirror after the glitch happened and he went here. So no, that was basically Micolash in a nutshell. Like I told you, I told you, whoever watches this video, I told you, he's not a hard boss. He's just annoying as hell. The hardest part of the boss is if you don't get his health below 25% before you drop into the room, he could become a pain in the ass. But if you manage to do so, um, even if you fall into the room, he's pretty much done for. All you have to do is dodge once or twice and make sure you're not hit by his special eye ability at least once, and he's done for. The secret sauce is basically in the first phase, you use this so that he never is able to use his forward thing. That's the first phase. You use this one. It closes the gap pretty quickly from here to here. See, look how much room. Like I'm standing over here, right here. I'm already past the lantern here. My body's past the lantern and the weapon is extended way past the lantern. So the edge of the weapon ends here. So that's a huge space. I'm covered. So that's how you beat his first phase with this weapon. Pretty easy. The second phase is where you use your guns and throwing darts and poison knives and Molotovs and uh, pellets and your blood as well. Because if you run out of everything, the only thing you have left to represent the bullets in your gun is the use of your blood. And you could use up all of your blood except maybe four blood, 4 blood vials, 4 or 5 blood vials. Because if you do manage to fall down into the room and fight him, if you get hit once by his special attacks, you have to heal twice. That means 2 blood vials. And if you somehow manage to survive a second time, that's another 2 times you use blood vials. And after that, he's done for because his health is already below 25%. So, yeah, I would say the cheese method still exists. but it really isn't a cheese method. It's part of the game's mechanics. Micolash cannot do what Micolash wants to do because Micolash is programmed not to do certain things until you aggro him. So if he's standing by this door over here and you standing all the way over here, he will not move until you get close enough to him to move. That's not a bug and that's not a glitch. That's part of the mechanics. And you can exploit that mechanics because it's part of what they made in the game, you know. The only thing that I would say if they were dicks about it, if you were able to throw something at him, he would dodge out the way. And then I would definitely get pissed off if that happens because just like the reason why they fixed the room, I would ask the question, why do you need to fix these things? Like, what's the big deal? Are you that upset that everyone knows how to beat him in an easier fashion than the way you actually want them to beat him? And that's the thing I never really understand about people who make games sometimes. Like, who fucking cares, man? Who cares? Why do you care? I mean, seriously, why do you even care how someone fights a boss? Okay, so we're now going to go with Rifle Spear, level 6. Or Chicago. Well, I did say I wanted 3 more for the Chicago. And I do believe I have enough. Wait a minute. Level 8 requires also 8 bloodstone chunks. This will go from 148 to 152. And this will go from 168 to 173. So we'll get to this is an A tier loss in blood, and this is a D, E, and D. So yeah, Chicago is pretty sweet. What else? Holy Moonlight is an A tier level arcane with C handling, 5 bloodstone chunks to get it to 7. Goes from 153 to 162. Trying to think, is Lawrence weak to the blood loss here is easy. Yeah. Alright, so this is good for keeping your distance from an enemy that's charging to you. And this is just good for fighting an enemy and killing them quickly. This does some good blunt damage, but slow. Yeah, I think I'll go to Chikage. Or maybe, wait a minute. Yeah, I'll go to Chikage. And then I'll upgrade Simon's Bowblade. So Chikage is 8. Alright. And 1 blood rock. And I do have 1 blood rock, so Chikage is done. Maxed out. Cool. So I have total of 2 maxed out weapons. One is Ludwig Holy Blade, and the other is now Chikage. And I believe the third is probably going to be Holy Moonlight. If I get 5, yeah, in the next playthrough it'll probably be Holy Moonlight. But for now it's just Simon's Bowblade. Need to upgrade Simon. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm doing the wrong thing. Here it is. Okay. Okay, Simon's Bowblade is now at level 2. And Twin Bloodstone Charge, I have enough of that. And I need 5 more Twin Bloodstone Charges. So that's 9. Oh, there was 1 more. Okay, so I need 4 more for Simon's Bowblade to get it past level 5. And yeah, and this is where I'm going to stop, because this one requires bloodstone chunks. I believe Simon's Bowblade is going to be maxed out at 9, so 3 bloodstone chunks will bring it to 7, and then 5 will bring it to 8, and then 1 blood rock will bring it to 9, and should be maxed out. No, or 3 bloodstone chunks, then 5 bloodstone chunks, and then 8 bloodstone chunks, and then 1 blood rock. We'll get it past 9 to about 10. Yeah, so between Simon's Bowblade and Holy Moonlight Sword, those are the ones I need. But for right now, simply because I have now acquired a higher level weapon. a level 10 weapon. I have 2 level 10 weapons now. Can now... Actually, let me check something. Yeah, even my hunting pistol is not level 10 yet. So that's what I'm gonna do. Rather than Holy Moonlight Blade and Simon's Bow Blade, this is what I'm gonna mix out, the next one. So I would need basically 5 Bloodstone chunks for this, and then another 8 and 1 Blood Rock. Yeah, so I'm good. Alright, so now now that the Chicago is equipped, I could then take everything from off this one and off this one and put everything on Chicago. That's if some of these will work. Let's start first. So boost rally potential. Okay, that's good. No, no, no. Anything that says attack down or duration, durability of weapon is no good. Boost stamina cost. Thrust. Oh, this is more like a slash weapon. .4 charge, attack up with thrust. That's 20 from slash down, but 20 added towards. Alright, so 110. HP continues to recover by 1, that's very good. But 136 is far superior. Let's see. By 4. Reduce stamina cost by 1. That only goes up by 1. Up and down. HP depleted by 1 for an additional 20 more. Seems like a good idea, but nah. I'm patient enough to wait. Charge attack up by 4.6. So 180. Okay. Let's see if I can maintain that 180. That's a huge jump in damage. 200. This just goes up by 3. I need more of my health depleted from a weapon that already has health depletion. Yeah, it isn't not my cup of tea. 300. Trying to see if I could get it anywhere around the wheelhouse of 364. The only thing that can bring it to 364 is depletion of health. Yeah, I'd rather not. Let's look at that weapon. Oh, this is about the same. Alright. This is more blood loss here. Alright, let's go back. Alright, and let's put on the stuff I had on rifle spear on before. Put them back on. Some blood loss ain't much of anything. Bludgeon scale. Don't like the attack down. Don't like the depletion of health. Leave that there. Here. Maybe that's best. Both goes up by 11. Stays nice and blunt. 87, 104. What's the represents depletion of health? This goes up by, bolt goes up by 20, 27. It's not bad. The attack is weak though. In thrust attack goes up by 10. It's best to just have this. I mean, what's the point of having that amount of bolt damage if you're not going to do a lot of damage from regular attacks? It's just 2. But nothing. And this is 22 more, but depletion of health. Alright. This is depletion of health. This is attack down. 3.5. Bolt goes up by 22, but goes up by to 104. So 100 damage, but 22, 10 more. 10 more towards bolt. Almost 15. Attack down for just an additional 11 more. I don't know how that works out, but maybe it's good. Okay, let's try it. $25. That's not bad. Yeah, alright. Alright, on to the next. So, that was Micolash, and that's pretty much the end of this. Just wanted to make sure I beat him, and I put things the way I wanted to put him. And now I could buy the things I want to buy, and continue on. I'm going to buy 20 Molotovs. Going to buy about 5 urns. Buy 20 poison arrows. Buy 10 of these. Well, I don't have enough for 10. 6. Buy more poison arrows then. And throwing darts. Throwing knives. Alright, so now I have the weapons I wanted. Alright, so that's pretty much it for for Bloodborne, unless I want to continue past Micolash place, and I believe past Micolash is Margot's place. Actually, let me stop. The sole purpose of this video was to beat Micolash, and I defeated him. And I defeated him using the same old strategy. It just wasn't in the same location. So that's how you beat Micolash. Use poison knives, use throwing knives, use oil, use Molotovs, use bone marrow ash, use quicksilver bullets, and you use whatever else you could throw at him to do damage to him after his health is at the halfway point. So after you use the spear ability to get his health down to half, in the second phase, all you need to do is keep throwing stuff at him, shooting at him. Once you find a nice little spot, and to get his health down to 25%, and if you can't get it down to 25, so get it down to 35%, and then you fight him in that room if you have no choice. And if you're lucky, you will hit him. If not, then you buy more stuff, more items. You purchase more items, more throwing stuff, more throwing darts, more bone marrow ash, more of everything, like more Molotovs, so that when you do get his health down to 25% or below 25%, it'll be easy for when you get into the room and you fight him, boom, only like probably 10 slashes and then he will be dead. For me, I didn't have to do it because I bought enough items to use against him. Not just poison arrows, but literally everything else once I ran out of poison arrows. So that's how you beat him. And it still works. And it really isn't a glitch. It's part of the mechanics in the game. he cannot move from a location unless you aggro him to move from a location. And when he stay there waiting for you to aggro him, that's when you got him. So that's the fault of the people who developed the game. It's not really a glitch, it's just the mechanics of how they made it. The glitchy part is when, I guess, when he's trying to undo the poison effects, or when you hit him, he disappears, trying to escape taking damage, but then he spawns and returns back to the location because you have not moved in order to pursue him. So the game cannot override its command of what the bots are supposed to follow. So that's how you beat them, by outsmarting the bot, which is technically not a glitch. It's just understanding the mechanics of the game. That's all there is to it. I thought they fixed it all up, which they did. They fixed some of it up, but they didn't fix everything, because if they did, they would have to undo the whole thing all over again and then remake Bloodborne from the bottom, which means just redo certain codes. So the most they were able to do is make the character shift to a location, or make the effect of the poison don't go into effect after you throw 3 or 4 at him, by him disappearing to undo the poison effect, which is kind of a shitty thing to do. But eventually, after you keep doing it, it does work, because it doesn't seem like it works all the time. And if you, like I said, even if you didn't have poison arrows, if you have enough Molotovs, if you have enough Quicksilver bullets, if you have enough throwing knives, if you have enough bone marrow ash, and also if you have enough blood vials, which you could then substitute for Quicksilver bullets if you run out of those, you'll able to get his health by about 35 to about 25%, and then you're able to go in the room, wheel on him, hit him like 5 times, 6 times, maybe even 10 times, and then he's dead. If you're lucky, what you're carrying on you, including beast blood pellets, and then you're using everything all at once, he'll die from everything you're throwing at him, not just the poison knives, because you will run out of poison knives. But if you have other stuff you're throwing at him to do damage, while the effect of beast blood pellets is on, if it's actually working along with everything, not 100% sure, but if it's working like I think it's working, you'll do more damage. Maybe not in relation to throwing stuff, but in relation to slashing. But who knows, maybe it does work with the throw. I wasn't going to take the chance. I want to make sure everything, I threw everything at him, including the kitchen sink. So even if I saw his health didn't go by below 25%, I would even throw the stones. I believe they take one health. So if I had like 20 stones and I threw it at him, it would take like 20 of his health. So that's all I would be able to do. Anything that I could throw to at least do 1 damage of health, even if this took like 2, 3, 5 damage, anything that could reduce his health to get it below 25%, I would throw at him. So that's how you beat him. Throw as many stuff at him to reduce his health to get all the way to 25% when he's in certain spots. In the spot that I was at before, and especially at the spots by the stairs, don't walk down the stairs, you throw it there, he then is stuck and he's defeated by the stuff you throw at him. And you don't have to feel bad about it, because it's really not a glitch. It's an in-game aggro mechanics of the bot, of all bots in the game actually, not just Micolash. They can only react according to you being within the area of effect, where they see you and they react to your presence. If you're not close enough to them, like if the area of effect starts here where they'll run away or they'll run towards you to hit you, then all you have to do is stay out of it, including with your weapon. Stay here, and then throw whatever you have at them. Let's say they're here, and they will never move towards you unless throwing stuff at them aggro them to run towards you. In the case of Micolash, throwing stuff towards him won't anger him to make him run towards you. Throwing stuff towards him would either make him disappear and reappear at his exact location, or run away and go through a mirror. So his mechanics was made different. He doesn't charge towards you when you throw, like, shoot him with a bullet, or you throw a Molotov at him. What he does is stay there and he waits for you to come close so you can use his tentacle arms. So it's not really a cheese, it's just part of the game's mechanics. The game just didn't think enough, or should I say the people who programmed the game didn't think enough that, hey, players will figure out a way in order to see how you can beat the game without following the logic. So it's not really a bug at all, or a glitch at all, now that I think about it. It really is just the mechanics of the game and how it was made. It was made to be that way, and they didn't unmake it. And because you are aware of this, you could then exploit it, that weakness that the game has when it comes to bosses and to enemies. So that's it, that's all I have to say. I'm out. Told you this guy wasn't a hard boss. Be like, he's an annoying prick. There are ways to beat any boss in this game. You just have to know how to do it. Even including if you decide to jump into that room with him, there's a way to beat him in that room with him as well. And a way to beat him in that room as well when you fall down and he does his arcane powers is simply to stop him by shooting him multiple times if you still have bullets. And if you don't still have bullets, or you don't have anything else to throw at him, then that means his health has to be below 25%, because by then you would run out of everything. And once you get into that room, all you have to do is hit him like 5 or 10 times and boom, he's dead. So that was the old method. The old method I used to use was to throw poison arrows at him to kill him, or to throw everything at him until his health goes down to about 25%, and then fight him in the room. So didn't have to use the second method, because apparently the first method worked. It just didn't work in the area that I used to always use it for, because they fixed it up a little. Alright, that's it. On to the next boss the next time I play this game. So use my method. Use the method of finding that location, throwing poison darts at him, and if it doesn't work, bring as many items as you possibly can and throw that also at him without getting close to him. His health will go down below 25% and he will die, or if he still managed to survive, his health would be so low that he wouldn't be able to do anything about it the moment you get into that room and hit him like 5 times. So that's it. I'm out.